If you know anything about me, you know that I do not have a racist bone in my body. However, you all are going to get this story time about what happened to me at work yesterday. Dear white people, this will never be okay. Alright, so you all are probably wondering, Renisha, why do you have on this faux leather jacket and it's 180 degrees outside? Listen, I wanted to put on all black everything, and this jacket makes me feel gangster. It does. I'm probably going to take it off because it's hot. I'm not going to lie. I had some white polish on my nails and toes. Took that off too before doing this video. Never mind the fact that I needed to polish my toes and fingers over. Anyway, but I'm going to let y'all see what I wore to work yesterday. I went in the office first time since March. Went to get some shoes actually that I left there, and I don't know, maybe my outfit, maybe the guy didn't know I was black because of my outfit. So this is what I had on. Yeah, so that's what I wore to work yesterday. Maybe the white reflected off of my skin and it made me look white to the guy that I'm about to tell y'all about. So I was like, let me put on all black everything, even my little socks, just all black. I'm hot, y'all. Let me tell y'all what happened yesterday. First of all, this is just, we're in a tense time, right? Everybody should know that they're still killing black people, you know, the cops. We're in a very tense time. There's this whole corona thing that's out here. People are living in fear, walking in fear, eating in fear, sleeping in fear. So the atmosphere, there's a lot of tension there. I can't believe I have to make this video. So I went to work yesterday, like I said, to get some shoes that I left. That was the real reason. But being that everybody's at home, I'm like, I'm probably going to be the only one on the floor. If not, I knew there wasn't going to be anybody, like, you know, in my area. So there was this guy, a white guy, maybe in his 50s or 60s, I'm not sure. So I went out, left my badge, couldn't get back in, so I called downstairs, had to touch the phone on the outside of the wall. Hopefully it was corona free. Called downstairs, hey, I can't get in, security was supposed to let me in, I'm outside of the door. So the lady is like, I'm going to send somebody up. So I'm standing here, you know, hungry, and this guy comes off of the elevator. So I'm thinking, oh, this is the guy they sent to open the door. Well, apparently he was the only guy on the floor or whatever. So he was just coming to go back to his desk, which is on the opposite end of the building. It's a really big office, not a problem. So here he's like, I'm like, yeah, I'm locked out. I'm glad you came, whatever. So he's like, oh, are you HR or something? First of all, HR isn't on this floor. No, sir. I'm just trying to get in. My badge is at my desk. So I had on my teal wig. So he's like, okay, and he's looking at me. So he opens the door. I go in. He follows me to my desk. Instead of going back the other way to his desk, he has to follow me to make sure that I'm really who I say I am, that I really work there. First of all, in my building, when you walk in, you're walking into security. We have security guards at the front desk. We have security guards that man the elevator. You cannot get in the elevator. You cannot even get to the elevators without a badge. You have to scan your badge, then the little thing opens up. When you get in the elevator, you have to scan your badge in order to even go to your floor. So there's absolutely no way I'm all the way on the 14th floor if I don't work here. It's just impossible. Okay. He goes, has a seat. I'm working, minding my business, blah, blah, blah. Some time goes by and he decides he wants to come talk to me. Now, listen, I don't bother anybody. I don't bother anybody. And I just didn't want to be talked to. Sir, I don't even want to be in this office. I just came to get shoes. Why are you here talking to me? So, yeah, he stood back. You know, he wasn't, he stood 6 feet, 8 feet, whatever. He wasn't right by me. So he decides to tell me about how he has OCD and this whole corona thing. He had a mask on, right? He keeps the mask on even though normally he's the only one on the floor. he has OCD and this is just killing him, and he washes his hands all the time, and he doesn't want to come in the office, and he wish he didn't have to come in. Mind you, nobody's making him come in because he told me that he volunteered to come in, but you're complaining about coming in. Dear sir, make it make sense. Okay. So you're going through all of this. It's like one something. I'm hungry. You all know how females get when they're hungry. If you know anything about me, my face tells it all. If you're talking to me and I don't want you to be talking to me at the time, you're going to be able to tell it. My face can't lie. So this man is, y'all, just telling all a bunch of stuff I don't want to know. Okay, sir. So then he talks about, yeah, we probably won't be able to come back into the office until they get a vaccine. I was like, you think it'll be that long? Well, I'm not taking a vaccine. Yeah, well, yeah, that's probably when they're going to let us back in. And, you know, I'm not saying they're going to make it mandatory, but yeah, if they do, I said if they do, I won't be here because I'm not taking a vaccine. We go through all of that. He's still talking. I'm messaging one of my coworkers like, please come get this man from my desk. She was in the office on another floor. Please come get this man from my desk. So he's just talking, and then he starts talking about the rioting and the protests. So, again, I'm hungry. I mind my business. I don't bother people. But then he just started saying they. Yeah, they're rioting and they're protesting and they. If there's anybody on here that doesn't know who he was referring to when he said they, he was talking about black people. So I'm like, oh, Jesus, just let this man go, because just let him go. Okay. So I said whatever. He started talking about the presidential election. This man, y'all, the presidential candidates and the civil unrest. And yeah, if this person wins, things are really going to be bad. I said it doesn't matter who wins. The people there's still going to be riots that break out no matter which party wins. Couldn't even get into the prophetic with him. But he's just going on. And then he says again, yeah, they're protesting and they're rioting and they robbed me. And I was like, oh, you got robbed? First of all, in Chicago, I promise you, they do not discriminate regarding who they rob. I promise you. Okay, so he's like, yeah, I was on the metro and, coming down here in the middle of the riots and stuff. Sir, first of all, you don't even have to be here. So I'm not going to tell you all where I work because people are crazy, but I work, if you saw the news, you probably saw like a lot of the nice stores and stuff downtown Chicago that were broken into. The mall. I can't believe they did that to that mall. But the protesters, all of that, black and white, it wasn't just black people, okay? But he was talking about black people. So I work, I literally, I don't know if you can see my job one. I don't think you can see my building. But you all saw some of the stores that are right down from my job. So I try to, shut him down again because I'm hungry. I'm ready to go eat. It's something I have not eaten all day. This man keeps talking, starts talking about something else. And then again, he says, yeah, but they don't need to riot. They don't need to protest. At this point, I'm like, you know what? Let me take my jacket off and get him. I'm taking this jacket off because I'm hot, just to be clear. They don't need to riot and protest. So at that point, I'm like, okay, Jesus, this is like the third or the fourth time that he has said they. I don't know how in the world you can think as a white person during this time, or as a white person, period, or any other race, any other ethnicity, you think it's okay to say something like that to a black person. So I said, you know what? I was like, yeah, I don't agree with the looting. That's not going to solve anything. However, I get why they're doing it. I understand they're hurt. He's like, yeah, they're hurt, but they don't have to do all of that. It's not going to solve anything. I said, they're not looking at it that way. Okay. Yeah, I don't agree with the looting, the breaking in stores. That's not going to do anything, but give them an invitation to kill us even more. But these people are hurt. They don't know what to do. These kids have been told for years, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to respect this. And guess what? They're still killing us. The cops are still killing us. So I understand why they're doing it. Then I said, everybody's going crazy. The cops are going crazy. I wish you all could have seen how he looked at me when I said, because those are the first people I called out. I said, yeah, the cops are going crazy. The protesters are going crazy. The world is just We're in crazy times, but I understand why they're doing it. At that point, he says, well, you have a good day, and he walks off. I really wish I had some of my friends to curse for me right now. I just don't understand why he thought it was okay to try to have that type of conversation with me. And I was hungry. But even if I was full, that's never okay, white people. Okay? You don't know what it's like to be black because you're not black. You'll never know what it's like to be black. This is just something that shouldn't have happened. And I wish I didn't think about it at the time. If I would have thought about it, I would have told the story about how when I first moved to Chicago, like literally when I first got here, my brother, my mom called and told me what happened. My mom went to pick my brother up from work. My mom went to pick my brother up from work. My mom likes to like go and look at houses or whatever, so she was just trying to waste time. She went to this neighborhood and started riding around looking at, the houses just to waste time until he got off work. Well, that evening, a cop came to her house. White cop. Showed up at her house. Now, mind you, she total different county, total different city. So he had to drive about 30 to 45 minutes to even get to her house. Probably out of your jurisdiction, sir. You pull up at the house. My brother is outside burning trash. My mom is inside. The cop walks up to my brother and says, hey, why were you in our neighborhood today? And my brother was like, what? Why were you in our neighborhood? Why were you driving around our neighborhood? My cameras were on, and we've had a string of break-ins. Why were you in our neighborhood today? This man had already pulled up my brother's record and had already ran him through the system, everything. My brother was like, I wasn't in your neighborhood. I was at work. Yes, you were. I saw you. I saw you with my own eyes. I know that was you. Call my brother name and all. You had a hat on, da-da-da. My brother was like, sir, that was not me. Okay. My mom just so happens to look outside and sees a cop's car. So she walks out, and she just so happens to have on the same cap, the same hat that he said he saw my brother wearing on camera. My mom was like, what's going on? And he's like, he was out. I saw him driving around the neighborhood, and we had a string of break-ins. My mom was like, he was at work. Now, mind you, my brother had already told him, I was at work. You can call my job and confirm I was at work. My mom was like, he was at work. I was driving around the neighborhood looking at the houses trying to waste time. All of a sudden, this cop gets extremely apologetic. Oh, I'm so sorry. My mom was like, yeah, this is the hat that I had on. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. All of a sudden, he's extremely apologetic. You don't have to tell anyone about this. Nobody knows I'm here but my superior. Probably because you're out of your jurisdiction and what you're doing is probably illegal. I don't know how this, the laws and stuff, but nobody knows I'm here but my supervisor. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And then he leaves. When my mama called and told me that, y'all already know. If I was in South Carolina, Renisha would have been sitting in the police station, sheriff station, whatever, the next day. Because what y'all will not do is let him get away with this. Oh, I would have fought it. They would not give me the name of the cop, and I'm sure I'm here, they're there, and they were probably nervous. So, I'm sorry, y'all. I'm watching ridiculousness in the background, and this lady was on a subway, and a rat crawled into her bra like this, and she didn't move. She kept texting. Okay. So, they probably, they wouldn't give me the name or anything. I was like, give me the name of the cop. I'm going to call the police station. Give me the name of the cop. They are not going to get away with this. Just leave it alone, Renisha. Just leave it alone. Okay. But my thing is, what if my mom wasn't there? My mom what if she hadn't come out the house? He could have done anything. My brother was like, I don't know what the cop would have did to me if mama didn't come outside. How was this okay? I reached out to a news reporter. They never responded. However, I mean, I really didn't have any information. I told them what happened. I was like, they won't give me a name, da da da. She never responded, but at the same time, I mean, I really didn't have any information other than, you know, it was Florence County or whatever. Now I did, I'm not gonna lie, I spoke the judgment of the Lord over that police department. I did, and a lot of stuff has happened. Some stuff has been exposed. Y'all know, if y'all from that area, a lot of stuff has been exposed since then, because I'm like, this is not fair, like, for them to get away with it. But that's a prime example. Yeah, the looting, it's not going to solve anything. It's going to give them more reason to say they should kill us. However, I understand why they're doing it. These kids are hurt. Period. They've been hearing this for how many years, and nothing is changing. So yeah, I don't agree with it. I don't agree with all of it. Now, protesting, there's nothing wrong. So I don't agree with everything that's happening. However, I understand why it's happening. So dear white people, just know, trying to have a conversation like that and trying to get a black person to engage, it'll never be okay.